Hey guys, welcome to the Perspective channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Claudia. I'm a real estate agent and a mortgage broker here in Atlanta. I release video every week where I share my perspective on a range of topics from real estate to personal finance to business. In today's video, I will go over 6 commonly questions I get asked all the time by home buyers. The first one, why should I buy instead of renting? For some people, buying a house makes sense. For others, renting makes sense. Ultimately, it comes to a personal choice. When you rent a house, basically something breaks in the house, you can easily call your landlord or call your maintenance person, or if you live in New York, you call your super and get it fixed. On the other hand, owning a house comes with a lot of responsibilities. If something breaks, it is your responsibility to fix it. If plumbing go out, your AC unit, your heating system go out, that's on you. But at the same time, owning a house gives you a sense of ownership. You have the benefits of to get writing off all the interest that you paid. Owning a house also gives you pretty much the sense of owning something that is yours, that you can pretty much decorate the house the way you want. You can change the carpet. You can paint the house whichever color that you want without any restriction. On the other hand, when you rent somebody's house, basically there are things that you are allowed to do and there are things that you are not allowed to do. So once again, when it comes to either whether you should buy or you should rent, it's a personal decision. So it depends where you fit in. If you can afford to buy in a position that you can afford it, then I would definitely say, okay, buying makes sense. But in the market that we're in right now, which is a seller's market, that is also something you need to consider because there's very little inventory out there. So that means you're gonna pay a lot more for the house it's actually worth. So at this present time, that's something you'll have to take into account, whether now is the time for you to buy or if you want to rent. Another question that I get asked a lot is how much money do I need to have to save to buy a house? I've actually done a video on that, kind of break down the cost of buying a house. So what I'll do, I will link it down below so you guys can definitely watch that video in details. Basically, when it comes as far as like how much money you need, one thing you got to keep in mind, like I break it down, you got to factor not only the down payment that you're going to need, you're going to need money for your earnest money, inspection, appraisal, and closing costs. So that varies. So once again, like I say, I've done a video kind of break everything down to show you what your cost may look like. So check that video out, then that'll definitely be helpful to you. The next one, what documents do I need to apply for a mortgage? I've done a video on that as well. I will link the video below. The documents that you will need, right? You need to provide proof of your income, your W-2 for the last 2 years. They want to make sure that you've been working consistently for 2 years. So if you change jobs, if you work more than one job, you're going to have W-2s for each job, for each employer for the last 2 years. Your pay stub for the last 30 days. Bank statement. If you're getting child support, they want to see that. If you're getting alimony support, they want to see that. If you have an investment that you want to use some of that money towards your down payment, they want to see all that. So basically whatever asset that you have that you're planning on using as part of your down payment or closing cost, the lender would want to see everything. So what they want to do, they want to determine that you have enough funds on hand or have enough access to funds that will give you the ability to close the loan when the times come. Next one, what will my mortgage cover? Typically, mortgage come in 4 parts: your principal, interest, tax, and insurance. If you live in a subdivision, then you may have your HOA assessment. If you use an FHA loan, definitely going to have mortgage insurance. Or if you use a conventional loan and you put less than 20% down, then you're going to have mortgage insurance on top of that as well. So typically it's your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. then homeowners assessment, mortgage insurance if you put less than 20% down. Should I use a real estate agent? As a buyer, that's my personal opinion, I'm an agent. As a buyer, I don't see anything, you don't have anything to lose to use an agent, because the seller will have an agent working on his or her behalf. You want someone working for you as well. As a buyer, when you hire a real estate agent, does not cost you anything to get representation, because you have an agent that's going to pretty much negotiate on your behalf to make sure that you get the best deal, that you get the best term possible. So the agent should know the market. If you sell a house you want to make an offer on, if you buy yourself, guess what? You're not going to know is this a good deal or not, because the agent represents the seller. Their job is to get the best deal for their client. So you go out there, just because they ask for whatever they're asking for, does that mean it's what the house is worth? But on the other hand, if you have a real estate agent working for you, that agent can do a comparable market analysis and determine exactly, okay, is this a good deal? They can deal with all the paperwork on your behalf. Also, in addition to making an offer, there's also the term. Say for instance, when they have what you call us, for instance, the agent can ask for closing costs. They can ask for different seller concession that will help you save money in the process, right? So to me, it does not hurt. It makes perfect sense as a buyer to definitely have an agent working for you. It's just like you're going to court and you're going to face an attorney, but she's not an attorney. So basically, you are at a disadvantage. So it does not hurt to have an agent working for you. It doesn't cost you anything and you're going to get great representation. So what happened at closing? Basically, at closing, I know here I can speak for Georgia. You know, you go to the attorney's office, meeting room. Normally as a buyer, it's going to be you, your agent, the seller, sometimes the seller's agent, and the attorney. They're going to give you a stack of paperwork. You know, the attorney is pretty much going to let you know what each document is and pass it down to you and sign. You're going to sign a lot of paperwork. You know, if you don't understand certain things, you can ask, but it's a lot. It's going to be a lot of paperwork. So once you get all the paperwork signed, you know, if there's any money that you need to bring to closing, you will know beforehand that you'll have that check or, you know, whatever form of payment that they want from you. You'll have that with you. So once everything is done and the attorney will send the paper to the lender, and once the lender gives the okay that everything is fine, then they release the fund to pretty much take care of, pay the seller. The agent will get their check and you will get the key to your house. And pretty much that's it. It's just a lot of paperwork that you're going to be signing. And once everything is done, you'll get the key. If there's a garage, you'll get the garage door openers. If there's any alarm code, you'll get all that stuff the same day. And that's basically it. And you're done. If you guys have any comments, just leave them below. I will try to answer as many as I can. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. And while you're at it, smash that like button. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys at the next video. Until next time, keep grinding.